Okay, this is the second video in my Jericho review. If you haven't seen the first one, please watch it first. Let's see, we're up to episode 13. There's a fairground, which is a trading post, and oddly enough, it's named Blackjack Fairground. And it's a place where people from all over the country come, trade goods and whatnot. And there's a news board there that reports that there's 6 different presidents. So the United States was broken up into 6 different, governments, I guess, initially. Okay, 14. I had no notes. Episode 15. Okay. In episode 15, it is said that Iran. Let's see here. This is very important stuff when you consider the news that's going on now, and when you consider this was filmed, and this was all done back in 2005, 2006. Iran paid for the nukes, North Korea supplied the bombs, and, let's see. Iran paid for the nukes, and North Korea supplied the bombs. Now, it does say in the show, also, that... Let me find that part. It was a... Let's see. Can't read my own hand. I apologize. I'm trying to... Some of this stuff's just scribbled together. That it was a coalition of religious fanatics, anarchists, and militias who actually planted the bombs. That was the story given. That's not how it actually happened. We all know that when this attack goes down, if it goes down, we all know who pulled the trigger. Okay? Because in the end, I'll just give you a sneak peek at the end. I'm going to continue going over my notes. It was all the federal government. Okay? So, let me see here. In episode 15, also a fake Marine battalion shows up with a stolen tank that they stole from a FEMA camp that got out of control, and Marines abandoned their equipment. And these people, picked up the equipment, pretended to be Marines, so they can go from town to town and steal supplies, make up stories and whatnot. Okay, and that episode ends with the town seizing the tank and sending the guys walking. So that was pretty cool. Okay, episode 16, I had none. Episode 17, food runs short. Refugees are sent to FEMA camps. Some refugees came into Jericho, and, food was running out, so they had to make a tough decision. They had to decide that they were going to save their people and send everyone who wasn't from there away. So it got pretty nasty in that episode. And actually, that episode ending with all of the refugees being able to stay because of people actually taking them in, and people that were on vacation or homes that were people that were away when the attacks happened. The refugees actually were staying in those people's homes, so they worked out a way for everyone to stay, which is pretty cool. Okay, and in that episode, tear gas was removed because the refugees bunkered themselves inside a church. This is all not really relevant. I really took too many notes, but let's see. Alright, I'm going to try to make this in 2 videos. Episode 18. There's a fake FBI agent the whole time who's actually CIA, who was part of the attacks, part of trying to... I don't know exactly what the role of the CIA was in this thing, but I'm suspicious of the CIA no matter what. Okay. Fake FBI agent tells a story about the CIA... U.S. government brought the bombs in. Episode 18, very important. Nukes go missing in mix-up. This is a true story. I'll put a link to that story about the missing nukes that are referenced in episode 18. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is where he says it was a cross-section of domestic militia, anarchists, religious fanatics. Yeah, because someone asked, was this Al-Qaeda? And they said no. Okay. Now, they also said that none of these organizations independently would actually work with one another, but they all had the common goal to take down the federal government. So that's if these attacks actually happen, that's probably who they're going to blame it on, and we all know that. I'm very surprised that the thing in New York wasn't blamed on a militia group or some crap like that. Okay, and this is what makes me know that that Blackjack is tied to Jericho. The person who wrote Blackjack got it from Jericho, because the same guy, Thomas Valente, the name and the picture appears in Operation Blackjack, as it does in Jericho. Okay, 8:05 Eastern was the time of the bomb, which I believe that's the time that Blackjack gives. Okay, episode 19. One town, let's see, makes mortars to bomb another town. Okay, so that's not really relevant to the stuff I'm trying to cover. Town makes a stand, everyone gets a gun. There's a military camp in episode 22 called Camp Liberty, flying a new flag. Yeah, weird looking flag. There's also a weird looking flag in Blackjack, not the same flag, but it's weird nonetheless. Okay, military shows up in Jericho to find Hawkins because they know he's got the other bomb. Yeah, this fake FBI agent actually has one of the bombs, but I'm really more interested in making the connection between Jericho and Blackjack, so a lot of this stuff I'm not even gonna. I got 2 pages of notes left. Okay, if you've stayed with me this long, it's because you have an interest in this, and thanks for watching. This stuff could be important, man. I believe that this could really happen. It's definitely possible with everything going on. Okay, so Season 2, Episode 1. 23 cities were bombed out of 24. That missing bomb the fake FBI guy has, the CIA guy. Okay, a new government was formed in Cheyenne, Wyoming, flying a new flag. Let's see. Military shows up at Jericho. It's been 6 months. 15 million people dead or dying, with 40 million people homeless. Okay, Iran and North Korea. I already reported on that. Okay, in episode 1 of Season 2, a new unelected president. Now this also says this in Operation Blackjack. An unelected president shows up. So this unelected government is now the new, they're just taking over. And he says, our debts have been forgiven. Now, our debts have been forgiven. Think about that. When you look at the state of things right now, our debts are going to have to be forgiven, because there's no solution to what's going on. Okay, which makes me just think more and more that something like this might happen. Okay, we nuke Iran and North Korea. There's a thing about the Hudson River virus. I'm not really going to get into that because that's not really... Okay. And episode 2, the Don't Tread on Me flag comes out because people are finally figuring out this is crap. I've got 3 minutes left. I'm going to wrap this up. Okay. That Ravenwood, that private mercenary group, is dealt with by the people of Jericho because they come in and think they're running shit. Okay. Then the government tries to come in and, the military tries to come in and be the man. After this town has had to fend for themselves for so long, the government tries to come back in and tell them what they're doing. So that didn't go over well. The town revolted. Okay. The town was called an open insurrection. Town revolts. Okay, the final episode, the bomb is recovered and sent to Texas, which is where Texas was the deciding state whether they were going to go with the new government or stay with the old government. So at the end of Jericho, when everyone figures out, even the military guys that were in Jericho figure out that it was the government who actually did all this, the military, they took that new flag patch off their arm and threw it down. So, episode 7 ends with civil war about to start. And, think about that and think about the current state of affairs. I am going to do one more video. I'm going to post these 2 first, and then I'm going to get my thoughts together for the next one, which will be like a Jericho side-by-side with Blackjack kind of thing. So, for the people who wanted this information, these are my notes. Is it possible? I believe it is. Is it plausible? I believe it is. So, there'll be one more Blackjack video coming from me. I don't know, maybe later tonight. Got to get my thoughts together on that one, but these are my Jericho notes. Take them for what they are. Everybody have a good one.